Hey, it's Michelle with the Medicine Couch, and I am excited to say that I am having a new feature on my channel. I'm going to be doing book reviews, hopefully one every like 2 weeks or so. These are going to be books that I think medical providers are really going to love. They're books that I have loved, and they will pertain to medicine or the human body or psychology, something like that in some way. Today, I am starting off with a book that I am so excited to tell you about because it was written by a PA. I'm going to try to bring these book reviews to you like one every 2 weeks. So definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel and have that notification bell turned on so that you get notified every time I release a video and you don't miss any of these reviews. Now, if you would like to be a reader but think that you don't have any time to read, I would highly recommend audiobooks. I have read over 100 books in the past 4 years, I would say, and I could only do that through audiobooks. I listen while I'm commuting or on a road trip or when I'm walking the dog, doing dishes, yard work, anything like that. It's really nice just to put headphones on and listen to a great book. So if you are interested in trying out audiobooks, like I said, Audible's a great service. There'll be a link to a 30-day free trial down below. And with that free trial, you even get one free book. And that book is yours to keep even if you cancel the free trial membership. If you are somebody who really likes to have a physical book in your hands, I completely understand that. I will have links down below to two different places to purchase the book. One will be Amazon, but for those who don't like Amazon or don't want to support them, the other option is bookshop.org. I love that site because a portion of the proceeds go to help support independent bookstores. So let's take a look at this book that I'm recommending, written by a PA. It is called The Stones of Yemen, and it's written by J. Michael Jones. He had a 38-year career as a PA. It's my understanding he's no longer practicing clinically, but has become a full-time writer. So I look forward to more books from him in the future. Now, this is a fiction book. It's a story that takes you on an emotional roller coaster. It has a really well constructed but intricate plot, and it's pretty much a page turner. There were many times I didn't want to set it down and I wanted to know what was happening next in the story, which is always the hallmark of a good book. The story starts with a PA who has been practicing for years, pretty fed up with medicine, and starts a sabbatical, and he's going to start sailing around the world. And through a series of events, he ends up actually working in a humanitarian clinic in Yemen. Now, Yemen is a part of the world that most of us Americans don't know anything about. So that's another thing I love about the book is you kind of get an idea, flavor of the culture and the people and a little bit of the history of that unfortunately war-torn nation. So anyway, the PA starts working in this humanitarian clinic, and he's there for over a year because he's really like rediscovered the joy of medicine, right? He's actually helping people. So as the story unfolds, we see beautiful friendships developing between him and the Yemeni people. We see a romance blossom, and you get to understand a little bit of the similarities between people all around the world. But unfortunately, you also see a lot of the cruelty and the harsh realities of war and terrorism. There's a lot of heartbreak in this novel, and it also points out how these terrible events cause this vicious cycle of hate and fear and retribution that unfortunately is the reality of the world we live in today. Now, the book covers so much, and like I said, the plot is pretty intricate, but he never loses the thread of the plot. It's very well written, made me smile and laugh in certain places, and there were definitely times where I had some tears streaming down my cheeks. And it's hard to describe this book because it's simultaneously different kinds of novels. The book can be described as kind of like a political sociology kind of study about different cultures coming together, but it's also a bit of a romance novel. And ultimately, it is like an action adventure thriller type of novel. So has a lot to offer for many different people. Like I said, I'm being kind of vague because I don't want to give you any spoilers. I want you to be surprised by some of the twists and turns. I'm going to be really honest in these book reviews, and I'm going to tell you what I really think, both good and bad. Like I said, overall, I loved this novel, but there were a few small criticisms that I want to point out just because I want you to make an informed decision if you're going to purchase the book or not. The first thing that I noticed is that the language is a little bit, I don't know, overdone or kind of flowery, I guess. It's like he's trying to prove that he's a good writer, which 98% of the book is, but there is just sometimes when the choice of words to me is a little bit too much. And then the second thing was that the story for me was a little slow to unfold and a little hard to get into in that first chapter. But I did have a little angst about this book. I wanted to really like it since it was written by a PA. So, I might have gone in with a little harsher criticism. I gave the book to my mom to read, and she didn't have any problem getting into the story and thought it was really good. So, take that criticism as you may. And the last thing was that there were a few scenes that seemed a little unrealistic or improbable. Nothing terrible, but just something you kind of notice. But overall, like I said, those are very minor criticisms. I thought the book was really good, and it was really fun to read a book knowing it was written by a PA and having the PA as the main character. So, if you want to support this fellow PA, Stones of Yemen is the book. I will have all the links down below where you can purchase it. And speaking of supporting, the links I have below are affiliate links. I may receive a little commission if you use my links to purchase the book, but it will never cost you anything extra. It'll just help me to be able to continue to bring you videos about the options that PAs and NPs have in their careers. That's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I release a new video like these book reviews. Thanks for joining me, and as always, take care, stay sane, and I'll see you next time on the Medicine Couch. Bye.